take on the game, but it seemed like you guys were okay after giving up the goals. Did you make any adjustments at halftime?
So I'll give you the take on the game. First 27 minutes, everything went exactly as planned. We had three clear transitions. Probably should have finished the one with Luca. They weren't creating anything. They had a bit of the ball, which is part of the plan, and then we make a big mistake. So it's not a goal. They break us down. It's a giveaway. Off a header that we give right to Messi, 20 yards from goal. He's gonna score those 10 out of 10 times. So that's a big mistake. Obviously now we're down 1-0, and the game's different. And the disappointment is everything was, for me, going as planned, and we were executing extremely well. We were getting transitions, and we were compact, and they weren't creating any chances. I thought we lost a little bit of discipline for 5 minutes from there, and which led to our lines being a little higher. And then, again, very good run, good final pass. I mean, we're talking about the best players in the world, and they'll punish you, but I do think, if we stay disciplined at one and don't get our lines too high and continue with the plan, then probably the second goal doesn't come. Obviously at halftime, we're down 2-0 now, right? But you saw in the second half the confidence was there to come back. We started in the same formation, but we created a few chances. Then went into the 4-2-3-1 and created a lot more. And if Chancalay or Luis Diaz probably finished their chances, then we probably get the draw, because that would have meant we have now 20 minutes at 2-1 versus us scoring 2-1 late and only having a few minutes. So credit to the guys, obviously, to be down 2-0. I mean, I've seen this team Miami pick teams apart, especially when they're up in games, because the game becomes very difficult. You got to chase it now, and the spaces get bigger. And when the spaces get bigger, usually they punish teams. Columbus lost 5-1. I mean, I watched that game. Red Bull lost 4-1. I mean, they're capable of picking you apart when you're chasing. So credit to our guys for staying disciplined. Again, overall, the chances were there. We think we doubled them in shots on goal. I think we had a lot more expected goals. And I can put, my hand up the puppet of stats and make it say whatever I want to say. But, at the end of the day, like, we just outplayed one of the best teams in the league. And I think that's the thing that's keeping me encouraged, is we've faced the best teams in the East, and we've not been overmatched in any of them. And yet what we have to continue to get right is the boxes and the details. But we had massive chances today to score, and we've got to finish. And then, we can't make that early mistake, but, overall the play was there. The chances were there. We got to go on to the next, and for me, it feels obviously low because we lost, but, I can tell you the team in there is very confident, and disappointed we don't win. But like, when you don't win against a very good team and you have the better of it, the confidence remains, so you saw that after Portland today, and you'll see it in the next game. And, we've got a team now that can go and beat anybody, home and away. And, obviously we're under it a little bit, chasing it now again. But we've got a team that can go and get points, and we got to go on the road and get 3 points in this next game.
Rich?
So isn't it very disappointing to see so many good scoring opportunities go into the side of the net or over the crossbar? Do you go into practice next week and say, look, can we find a way to put those in the net?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's got to be goals. I mean, half chances, but the ones we had today are, those aren't half chances.
Right.
Those are 1v the keepers. So yeah, got to keep the confidence up. That's the key. But obviously, we need we need the players in those moments to finish. And Messi, we gave Messi the first chance, and it's in the back of the net, and then he didn't have much today, right? Didn't have much, but he scored 2 goals, and so we had more, but we got to do better in those moments.
Seth? You talked about it, this back-to-back weeks that you guys are producing, you're having opportunities, just not finding the back of the net. How do you work with some of those guys to have those moments? Is it just about getting more reps, getting more confidence and chemistry with those guys?
I think it's just, Leo scoring one, and then, you get a little more confident. Obviously, Chonk has been in and out with rhythm and stuff, so part of it's that. But I can tell you, it's not because we haven't worked on it. I mean, you can work hours on end unopposed and do finishing drills, and we always do phase work as well, where we're opposed and we're in the front half and we're working patterns of play, and it's it just takes the player in the moment, the confidence and the mentality and quality to score. And some guys obviously are a bit better at it than others. It's that simple.
I know in the second half, I know you were chasing the game, obviously trailing, so you subbed up and went away from 3-back system, but then looked pretty good creating chances. Is there maybe a chance in the coming games where you would move away from that 3-back system and go back to a 4-back?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think we lost the game because of the system. We were creating chances in both systems. I think sometimes that's the question, because we pull the goal back in it, but the reality is the whole game is different late in the game, and we're able to risk. If we play that way the whole game, it would have been Messi with 5 chances and probably another 2 goals. So for me, I liked the way we played because he didn't create much. Obviously, we gave him the first one. Second one, I got to look at it, but I didn't think we did well with the run that he made. No pressure on the ball. We've got to read it. No, I think we can play both systems, but I like chasing it in the 4-2-3-1. I think it's been good for us. But when I look at the whole group and that system for the whole group to start the game, which I've thought about, I don't think it's the best system for us to start a game.
Let's go to Matt Fator with Mass Live.
Is it more frustrating because you missed chances with a whole bunch of extra eyes on you guys tonight? Or is it encouraging because people that watched tonight that know what they're watching saw some things that they could see promise in that, or is it some combination of both?
Yeah, I'm not frustrated. Actually, when my team plays well, like last game, this game, I'm not frustrated. Disappointed we don't finish, right? But there's not a lot that I want to change, and there've been some games recently where there's a lot I want to change, but for me, playing Miami, playing Portland, 2 of the best teams in each conference, and playing the way we played, yeah, I'm encouraged. But also it's 2 games where we have big chances that we don't score. So that has me wondering why and how I can correct that.
Time for a couple more. Let's go to Julian with the Herald, then Kevin Moore with WJAR. Julian?
Hey, Coach. You mentioned feeling really good about how the team's been playing. I'm curious, do you pay any attention really to the playoff race and where you are in the standings? And does the closeness to that final group of spots, does that give you and the players confidence as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we have a table up in the locker room, so I don't break it down every day, but they see it, and they knew we were 4 points off, the playoff spot with whatever 1 game in hand. So yeah, we still have a lot of games left, and after I was done talking to the group, Carlos stood up, and his message I thought was excellent, because he said when you look at the best teams in the league, we play well enough to win, and we know we can go and win these future games, and that's the key, right? You just when the results aren't coming, you don't want to lose that 5% energy and confidence. it's got to go the opposite. You got to gain 5% energy to get that, and confidence to get those boxes right. But we can, like Carlos said, and you know, and I've been saying we can go and beat anybody, you know. So confident. We have to go do it, but I'm confident that we can do it. Whereas if you're not winning and you're not playing well, there's not a lot of confidence that you can go and do it. And that's not the case with this group. And that's certainly not the case for me.
We have time for two more. Let's go to Kevin and then we'll wrap with Caleb here.
Right here, coach. Messi sets the record for most consecutive multi-score regular season games. Obviously wasn't his most dazzling performance, but is it crazy to say in his long career, this might be some of the best soccer he's playing?
Yeah, I said it going into the game that I thought he was playing, you know, some of his best soccer of his career. And man, it just shows how professional he is, how competitive he is. The guy's a beast. You know, and it just look at the fact that it comes back. He plays every game in Club World Cup, comes back from there, and you think, oh, maybe he takes a break one of these games, and I'm sure he's going on the manager's door and Mascherano and saying, I'm playing. I don't want to break. And many players would say, yeah, take a break here, you know, or bring me off the bench this next game. And this guy just wants, I'm sure he heard it was going to be a big crowd. He wanted to show 60,000, you know, fans that he's the best in the world, you know, and put on a show. So we tried to make it about business, and we knew obviously that there was a, you know, a big game, big crowd, and a lot of people were coming to see Messi. We tried to make it business and getting 3 points, and I thought we were pretty professional overall in the match, especially considering, you know, just how much quality they have. But Messi, I mean, it's been said a million times. He's the best ever. In my opinion, it's not even close. You know, I've seen it firsthand now, 3 games in this league, and you know, it's unbelievable that he continues to show up every single game after game after game, 3 days in between, again and again and again. It's why he's the best ever. That's why.
Thank you very much, Caleb.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yep.